Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are having a great day. Now today we are going to be finishing up the last things that we need to do to get the beep here back on the road and to make her pretty much pass inspection. Past couple of videos, I've just been working on her, trying to get her ready to pass inspection. And the last two things on the list that I need to do here are fix my hazard switch because she no worky, and then also fix my whole hood issue. Now the thing with my hood is when I went to put in my new water pump, my hood latch cable broke, and I don't really feel like putting in the money, time, and effort of getting a new one and putting it through the firewall and all of that. So we went with a much simpler option. I have a bunch of different parts back here because I have a bunch of stuff that's going to be going in. But right here, I have some quick release style hood pins. Now the way that these work are essentially like regular hood pins, except there's a little ball joint right here that goes into the quick release lock, and it literally just locks in. Then there's a button right here that you press. When you press the button, it comes off. Yeah, so pretty much the hood sandwiches in between this plate right here and the top of the lock, or the quick release button, whatever you want to call it. And that just sandwiches like that. And I had to go out and buy some hole saws for this, which are actually pretty expensive. I didn't realize how expensive hole saws were, but pretty much got the nicest Milwaukee set you can get. And it's actually quite funny because pretty much everybody that I asked, all my friends who have like pretty much full tool setups and either are mechanics or work on cars, none of them had hole saws, so I figured might as well go out and get my own, because I had a couple of friends offer to say that they'd buy them since they were meaning to buy them, and then they just let me use them, but I was like, might as well just get my own. But without further ado, I'm gonna shut up and stop ranting, and we're gonna get straight into getting these hood pins in. Now I did already start to do some work. I took the front header panel off, and I took the stock locks out. There's two on each side. I have them right over here. These are the spring pieces, and we're actually going to be reusing these, and I'll show you that in a second. It's literally, I think, 2 different bolts for each one, and they come right out. Like I said, you do have to take the header panel off, which is very simple. I did that in the last video. And you do have to drill a slightly bigger hole to get these to fit, but there's already an existing hole right here where the old springs bolt on, and you just have to get like a 1/2 inch drill bit and drill it a little bit bigger, and then these end up fitting right in. Alright, so what you're going to end up doing is putting a little bit of grease or paint, or some people even use toothpaste, on top of the ball of the hood pin, and then you're going to close the hood, and then that's obviously going to be up here. And that's going to show you where you need to drill your first hole. I have my drill ready. The drill bit that I'm going to be using is the one that comes with the hole saw kit, and it is pretty much because it's the same size as the bit for the hole saw, and those have to match up properly for it to work. Now the bottom hole that you are going to be hole sawing out is going to be a 2.5 inch, and then the top one is going to be 1.5 inches. And you do actually have to drill 2 different size holes, because the way that this works is the top hole is going to be the one that goes through the first layer of hood. It's going to be 1.5 inches, and that's so this will fit through. And then there's a second layer of the hood. You can kind of see from this that there's 2 different layers of the hood. And in order for this to fit through and sandwich onto the top layer of the hood, you have to drill a 2.5 inch hole, and that's how big this piece is. So with enough ranting, we're gonna get straight into it. guys, so I got them in and they are looking very nice. I'm very happy with how they turned out. They're both functional and they both were actually not that hard to put in. But yeah, they both work. Now it's not the cleanest cuts in the world, but they are in. And to me, that's all that matters. And they work. Like, my hood's not gonna go anywhere. Last thing I need to do is tighten up these bolts that hold the actual pins in. I think this is the one that's loose. Yeah, this one's a little loose. And then we need to put the old springs back in, but we have to modify them first. We're pretty much gonna be cutting this entire bracket piece off right here. This is what the actual lock on the top portion of the hood locked onto. And then this spring is what pushes tension up on the hood, so that when you press the button, the hood will actually pop open. Because once you have your header panel back on, the body panel gap is too small for you to fit your finger in. So you want it to pop up a little bit so that you can get your fingers under there and fully open the hood. So I'm going to be cutting these brackets, bolting them back on, and seeing if they work. Alright, so I ended up cutting them with the gold grinder, and not too bad. Now we're going to be bolting these straight up to the OEM location. So I need to pop the hood. Alright, so this is where the bolt hole is for the OEM location, and it literally just bolts up right here. And we're going to pull it up to the highest because you can move it. I'm going to pull it to the highest and then just bolt it in right there.
Are you sure about that?
Alright guys, so I just got the full front end back together for like the 356th time I've had to put this front end back together. Because everything I'm doing, I have to take it off and put it back on, and take it off and put it back on. But the new hood latches are in, and they look really freaking cool, I think, at least. They look really cool. I like them a lot better than like the original like hood pins with like the actual like cutter pins that go through. These look a lot cleaner. They work. The relocation of the springs, my stock springs, it didn't actually work. The springs need to be pushed up higher because this one, you still have to lift the hood up for it to work because there's nothing pushing up on it. So when you push the button, it's like, it ain't no worky, but they do work. I just need two hands to do it. So I kind of figured that this would happen when I was putting them in, but being that the spring isn't higher than the actual pin itself, it's not pushing up on it, and this is the highest it goes. So I'm either gonna have to re-drill a hole, or I'm gonna have to deal with it for right now, and I'm probably just gonna deal with it for right now because it's not that big of an inconvenience. But they do work, they do look really cool, and they're pretty sturdy. So if I just pop them down, the hood's not going nowhere. It's on there real good. And I'm just super happy with them. Now, the last thing that we need to do in today's video is, I don't even know where I put it, but let's see, this. So this is a hazard and blinker switch. We're gonna be putting this in because my blinker actually just don't work. Or did I say blinker? I meant hazard. Let me turn all this off. See, my blinkers work, but the hazard does not work. Like, it clicks on, but then it doesn't work. So I'm pretty sure it's the switch, because the blinker and the hazards are on the same relay, so I don't think that it's gonna be the relay. And even if it is the relay, I need to get a new relay anyway, because I plan on switching everything over to LED, and when you do that, you need to get a new relay, or else your lights will hyper flash, and that's annoying, and I'm pretty sure illegal. So the way that you take this out, I was watching a couple of videos on it the other night to kind of see, and everybody's taking like half their dash apart. I'm not doing that because I'm pretty sure it's just the 2 screws under here, and then you just need to take the plastic trim for the steering column off, and the switch is right here. So we're gonna do that, see if we can get it out, and go from there. Alright guys, so I got the new switch in, and as you can see, they are working. It's a little bit sketchy, but you can see they are working. Fronts are working, and then the rears are working as well. Let me just shut this. You can see they're working as well. So I do have hazards, so technically it will pass. In order to make it work, if you just put it all the way, it's not gonna work. You kind of have to put it like right there, and then it'll work. And then if you go a little farther over, yeah, there you go. If you put it right there, it hyper flashes the left turn signal. But if you put it right in the right spot, it works. So I don't know why it does that. I'll ask Jason, he probably will know why, but yeah, that's a thing. So it will pass because it does have hazards. So that's a good thing. Alright, without further ado, I am going to be ending the video off here. I know it's been a kind of a weird video. We did 2 totally separate things that had nothing to do with each other, but we're trying to get it ready so that I can get this thing back on the road, so that I can start doing other things besides just sitting in the driveway doing nothing. And I can start actually putting content out, because as of right now, as I'm filming this video, I'm not actually posting on YouTube yet. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not actually posting on YouTube yet. I'm just collecting videos. So by the time this video comes out, I probably have a bunch of videos already saved up, and I'm going to be weekly or bi-weekly posting. And yeah, that's really going to be it for today's video. Next video should be the first video of me driving it, which I'm super excited. It's been like 5 months since I've been able to drive this car. So I'm super excited to get back on the road, get her back on the road. And next video, we're going to be bringing it to my buddy's shop and putting pretty much all new brakes on. That's what a lot of these boxes are. I have brake lines, I have wheel cylinders, a bunch of other random stuff. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Peace.